Hello students, welcome back. In the last class we discussed the parts of the respiratory system in the chapter Breathing for Energy. There we also learned what happens when the air enters throughout the lungs. Now let's have a look what changes take place when the gases enter the alveoli. Exchange of gases in alveoli. The air through the trachea, it reaches the bronchus, and this bronchus again undergoes division and give rise to bronchioles. At the tip of the bronchioles we can see alveoli, and this alveoli is surrounded by numerous blood capillaries. The exchange of respiratory gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide take place in the alveoli. Its function is it increases the respiratory surface area in the lungs. Now look at the diagram of an alveolus. You can see the peculiarity of the walls of the alveoli and the blood capillaries. The inner wall of the alveoli is always kept moist. The walls of the alveoli and capillaries are made up of single layer of cells. The surface that separates the blood in the blood capillaries and the air in the alveoli has a thickness of 2 rows of cells. Look at the concentration gradient of the respiratory gases and exchange of gases in alveoli. During inspiration, the concentration of oxygen is higher and the concentration of carbon dioxide is lower in the alveoli. But in the blood capillaries, the concentration of oxygen is lower and the concentration of carbon dioxide is higher. As a result of this, oxygen from the alveoli diffuses into the capillaries and carbon dioxide from the capillaries diffuses into the alveoli. Look at the blood smear. We can see red blood cells and white blood cells. Let's learn the structure of RBC. The RBC is disc shaped. In per milliliter, we can see 45 to 60 lakh of RBC. This RBC doesn't have nucleus and other cell organelles. It contains a pigment called hemoglobin, which has the affinity to oxygen. Let's learn the structure of hemoglobin. The structure of hemoglobin consists of 4 protein strands with iron containing heme. Oxygen combines with iron in the heme. Each hemoglobin molecule can carry 4 oxygen molecules since the hemoglobin molecules contains 4 protein strands and the heme. How does the oxygen reaches the cells from the alveoli? This is very important question. Listen carefully. The oxygen from the alveoli, it reaches the blood capillaries. The hemoglobin in the red blood corpuscles absorb oxygen. These disc-shaped blood cells do not have nucleus and other cell organelles. Therefore, they are able to carry more hemoglobin. Iron is the oxygen transporting factor in hemoglobin. Hemoglobin absorbs oxygen and becomes oxyhemoglobin. Oxyhemoglobin is less stable compound. Since the concentration of oxygen is higher in the lungs, hemoglobin easily combines with oxygen. But in the tissues, the concentration of oxygen is less. Therefore, oxyhemoglobin dissociates very quickly and provides oxygen to the tissues. The hemoglobin returns to lungs where it again combines with oxygen. Once again, I am repeating the process. Look at the diagram. The oxygen from the lungs reaches the blood capillaries, and in the blood capillaries we can see hemoglobin. The concentration of oxygen is higher in the lungs. So hemoglobin combines with oxygen and give rise to oxyhemoglobin. But in the tissues, the concentration of oxygen is less. As a result, hemoglobin dissociate into oxygen and hemoglobin. Dissociate means breaking. Using this hint, students try to complete this flowchart. Role of iron molecules. For the synthesizing of hemoglobin, iron molecules are very essential. So, it is said that the food items like leafy vegetables with iron content should be included in our diet. The average amount of hemoglobin in a healthy man is 15 gram per 100 ml and that of women is 13 gram per 100 ml of blood. Anemia is a condition in which the amount of hemoglobin in the blood decreases. Students, only this much for today. Watch the video and learn the portions well. Thank you.